So what it means is, when you're addicted to something, when you're lustful, when there is desire, it is always better to be behind it and attack it. So never go in front of the product, or in front of a person, or for example alcohol, or if you're crazy about cricket, or crazy about movies, or crazy about money, travel, anything. So you should attack it. You should keep a distance from that. That is the best way of dealing with the desires. And once you go in front of it, then it becomes very powerful, and you have to naturally go for it. So that is Vali. So Ram kills him from behind, and then the thought processes come into control. That is, it is handed over to Sugriva. Now Sugriva becomes the king, so he gives all the thoughts become, it starts listening to Ram. So now Ram takes control of the thought processes, and then he reaches Lanka. So Lanka is an island surrounded by sea. That is what all the people are. And Lam is the Bij Mantra for the Mooladhara. So the Mooladhara chakra is Lam. So what happens is, each person who is full of ego, of individuality, that who has no connection with the divine, they become island into themselves. So they are not very connected to any people or nature or divine. So all the connection is lost, and they feel like they are an island. So that is what is Lanka means. And they want to cross the sea. That is the distance between the divine and the person and the ego. So the divine is using the thought processes to write the name of Ram on each stone and put the stone on the sea. So what it means, that when each thought is given to us through a guru, or through a teacher who teaches you yoga and spirituality, meditation, when he tells about the divine quality, that is, even your breath was coming from the divine, and you have no control of either being born or the last breath that goes out of your body, that is dying. You have no control. So if you have no control on your birth and death, then whatever happens in between these two is because of the breathing that goes in and goes out. And you can't really see that you are the doer of all the things that is happening around you, because you are not the doer of your birth nor your death. So in between, whatever happens also happens according to the divine's grace. It is not that you are doing it. So everything happens as per nature's law. So that is the understanding that goes into the mind, and each cell of the body transforms through the guru, through the yoga process, meditation, breathing exercises, and then the person, each cell starts floating. So when the person is full of ego, he becomes a stone. He starts drowning. And what makes his problems light? His thoughts are full of problems. So what makes thoughts light and what makes him to float is that he is a state of surrender. He just surrenders everything, whatever is happening in his life, to the ultimate power that has created him, that is Ram. So he surrenders it to the divine. Then automatically it starts floating. The life, he takes everything as it comes, and he doesn't have any expectation. He is completely in a surrendered state. So only then the person can reach the ego. Now the ego is reached and the fight starts. And what happens is, many times the Lakshman is attacked. So Lakshman is the awareness, the connection that you are trying to make between your divine, that is mindfulness. So that is why Lakshman is attacked. And then the breath comes in, that is Hanuman, and he saves Lakshman. And then Ram tries to attack him. He cuts his hand, and his hand grows. he cuts his head and his head grows. So what is this is, the ego is very difficult to be destroyed. One ego, if you destroy, another ego comes. So once you'll be like partying and enjoying a materialistic world, once that ego, you get into the spiritual world, once the ego is destroyed, another ego comes. That is, I'm a spiritual person, I'm for God, I go to temples, I don't party, I don't eat non-veg, I don't drink alcohol, but still the ego is there. So how to destroy the ego? So the ego is the state where you feel like you're separate and you're not connected with the divine. You're not in the same vibration as the nature is, as of the whole universe is. So again, how to connect it? So what it has to be done, the Ram attacks the navel point, the navel center. So that is when the ego dies. The same thing when you sit in meditation, the energy, when you don't desire anything, when you're unattached to everything of the world and you settle down into yourself, the energy goes deep into the navel center, and when the navel center is pierced, that is the why the Brahma comes from the navel center of the Vishnu. When the Brahma point is attacked, then the ego is killed. So the navel center is also where the 72 nadis merge. So once the center, if there's any energy blockages or any energy blockages in the navel center is removed, then the energy starts freely flowing throughout the body. So that is the importance of navel center. So now Ravan is destroyed, the ego is destroyed, and the Sita again joins back to the with Ram. So then it's again Ram and Sita has joined back. The person has realized that he is just not the body, but he has soul, and he has connected with the higher light, with the awareness, with the consciousness, with the cosmic energy, with the light energy. And then the Diwali is celebrated as Ravan was distracted. So this is the story for Diwali celebration, and also the Ramayana, the significance of the spiritual process. Thank you.